My gaming group thought I was ugly because of my username. The pick-me girl who bullied me couldn't handle seeing my actual face. I started playing online games 3 years ago when my job got stressful, and I needed something to decompress after long shifts. I found a guild in a popular multiplayer game and quickly became one of the top players in our group. I was good at strategy and coordination, and people wanted me on their teams for difficult raids. I contributed a lot to our success and earned respect for my skills even though nobody knew anything about me personally. That was intentional. My username was GoblinTrash42, and I never showed my face on camera or shared pictures in our group chat. I didn't use voice chat either because I didn't want the dynamic to change once people knew I was a woman. I had seen what happened to female gamers who revealed themselves. The attention shifted from their abilities to their appearance. The conversations got weird. The respect got conditional. I wanted to be valued for what I could do, not what I looked like. So I stayed anonymous and let people assume whatever they wanted. What they assumed was that I must be ugly. The username didn't help. GoblinTrash42 sounded like something a troll would pick. Combined with my refusal to show my face, people decided I was hiding because I had something to hide. They made jokes about it in group chat. They speculated about what I really looked like. They created an image of me that had nothing to do with reality. I didn't correct them because I didn't care what they thought about my appearance. I cared about the game. One person cared more than others about establishing what I supposedly looked like. Her username was Queen Pixie and her real name was Darlene. She was the only other woman in our main group who used voice chat and showed her face on camera. She wasn't bad looking, but she acted like she was the most beautiful creature any of these gamers had ever encountered. She constantly mentioned how rare it was for an attractive girl to be good at games. She talked about all the attention she got from guys who couldn't believe someone pretty would play with them. She positioned herself as the exception to every rule about female gamers. Darlene didn't like that I existed. She didn't like that someone with good skills refused to show their face. She especially didn't like that some of the guys in our group respected my gameplay more than they respected her looks. She couldn't compete with me on ability, so she competed on appearance instead. The problem was she needed me to be ugly for that competition to work, so she made sure everyone believed I was. Darlene made comments constantly about how I must be hiding for a reason. She said people who were confident in their looks didn't use usernames like Goblin Trash. She said my refusal to appear on camera was suspicious, and probably meant I was ashamed of something. She joked that I was probably a middle-aged man pretending to be a woman. The guys in our group picked up her framing and ran with it. They started calling me Goblin as a nickname. They made jokes about what I probably looked like based on nothing but assumptions. Darlene laughed the hardest at every joke and added her own. She was building consensus around an image of me that didn't exist. I let it happen because confronting it would have required revealing myself, and I wasn't ready for that. After 2 years of playing together, our guild decided to organize an in-person meetup. People had been talking about it for months, and finally someone took charge of logistics. We picked a city that was central for most members and rented a private room at a restaurant. About 15 people confirmed they would attend. Darlene was extremely excited. She talked about it constantly in group chat. She discussed what she would wear. She asked if anyone was nervous to meet her in person. She made sure everyone knew she would be even more impressive in real life than on camera. She also made comments about how interesting it would be to finally see Goblin Trash in person. I confirmed I would attend and said nothing else. The day of the meetup, I arrived 15 minutes early and chose a seat in the corner where I could watch people enter. I wore a simple dress that fit well and did my makeup the way I usually do for nice occasions.